Day is brought to you by Barton Community College. Explore your future and get started now. Visit gobarton.com.
Okay, Sports Day in 3, 2, 1.
Swung on a high fly to left. Back goes Melendez on the track. He's at the wall, and she's gone. A Stantonian home run.
More of the same, obviously we can't change what we're doing. It's gotten us this far, and lost by 1 run tonight. It was a really close game, and they had a big swing and made plays and felt like we competed and just, got to make some more plays than we did today.
And they're competing like crazy. I mean, every one of these games has been a really good ball game. We've walked too many guys, but, and they've been relatively low-scoring games, tight games. I mean, both teams are putting their best foot forward.
Now the pitch. Swinging a drive towards the gap in right center. It's pretty deep. It's back near the wall. It's gone. It's gone. Francisco Lindor. He may have just outdone himself. He has hit a grand slam.
One of those kids that is 40 times like a 4.5 something when it's laser timed at the combines and stuff. But just one of those kids when he puts the pads on, he's a lot faster. We call it football speed.
We had that 70-plus yard touchdown on Pawnee Heights, and all it was I ran the route. I saw Jake roll out. I kind of ran to the same side of the field with him, and he ended up hitting me for a 70-yard touchdown. So, I mean, it's just kind of a big 7-on-7 game at some point.
We are now that team with a target on our back, and either you wear the target and you're afraid of the hit, or you bring it and you just strap it on and say, let's go.
Yeah, I just think that it's been in our head, like, yes, last year we, broke the record, had 31 wins, but that's in the past, and I think that we really, took that in consideration and used that as, a, spark to, we want to break that record again. So I think everyone just has the mindset of, we are gunning for 32 this year.
And good afternoon. Welcome to Sports Day on 1590 KVGB, 95.5 FM, the talk of the town. Welcome in. It is the Thursday Sports Day show as the weeks just pile together. Monday comes, Tuesday comes, Wednesday comes, then it's Thursday. And then Friday, Hesh goes to Liberal. That kind of upsets the apple cart a little bit, but here we are, just a game away, or a day away from the start of week 6 of the high school football season. Welcome to the show. Mike Corson is in. Mike Hesher is in for the ailing Landon Winkler, who's not wearing a mask today, so I would say that is improvement. On the show today, Graben football coach Aaron Beck will be in the Mayo Money Management studio. He'll preview tomorrow night's WAC game at Liberal. He'll be joined by junior linemen Carter Brown and Blaine Inslee. Mike Corson going on the prowl for Lady Panther tennis. He will be talking. Should I just mention 2 so Hesh doesn't get upset?
Oh, I thought you broke it to him more.
I know how many are coming in.
That's what I hope they're not listening. You got to make them feel welcome. Indeed, Darcy Feist, Mackenzie Lindbergh, Clarice Snap, and Mackenzie LaViolette. Regional tennis gets underway tomorrow. Barton soccer coach Raphael Simmons will be in studio. And, of course, all of the Thursday sports headlines and the sounds of the past 24 hours.
Okay, so if you're watching on YouTube, it's the Eagle Communications channel. Hesh has moved the cameras around again, so you think he thinks he wants a close-up shot of whoever's standing here. Watch this, Steve. I will block that camera all day.
We don't want to make your mom mad.
Well, how do you think it makes me feel? My camera just got taken away.
Oh, I would feel great.
You kind of suggested that, so don't go down that path.
He's just testy today, isn't he?
I've been testy since I woke up.
Well, it's not that bad. Liberal, you can drive backwards down to Liberal. Doesn't matter which way you go. You'll get there in 3 hours. Hesh.
I'm not worried about Liberal. It's the trip from Liberal to Estes Park that I'm making on Saturday morning.
Oh, poor Hesh.
Yeah, I want sympathy. I'm not going to the CU game like Corson is.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I got to go to.
At least he's coming back for work Monday.
Come here, Landon. Come breathe on me.
Yeah, we still haven't got an assignment sheet yet. So I don't know what's going on Monday, so tune in. Look forward to Hesh being back.
It's all settled. I did not include you in the email. My bad. You're just a part-timer, right?
Okay. Well, I'm feeling a little bit
we went to the
sick
bowling alley
myself here today.
Food the other day, and you got Casey's Pizza on your own.
Yeah, it's the way it goes. It's all right. I can eat Casey's Pizza when there's severe weather in the area, too. My name's not on the rotation list anymore. Okay, let's get to the sounds of the past 24 hours or so. Is the Yankee announcer?
It's not John Sterling.
John Sterling, that's what I was wondering. Is he come back for the playoff games? I think that was him on WFAN in New York.
I figured you guys had the name because when I heard that this morning, he's the only one that does
the Stantonian and things like that.
It's an A-bomb from A-Rod.
Well, if Denny Matthews can come back for the playoffs, why can't the Yankees announcer?
I guess he did, but it was a Stantonian home run in the 8th inning, and it ends up giving the Yankees a 3-2 win over the Royals last night. Game 4 of the series this evening, Kauffman Stadium. We'll have it here for you at 6:30 on KVGB. Michael Massey, Royals infielder. The Royals can't change much at this juncture. Just try to get some hits. And Matt Quatrero asked if the Royals were ready for the intensity of playoff baseball. Mike Hesher went to the game last night and asked the manager that after the game was over with.
That's why I'm so tired this morning.
Of course they are. You're always ready for postseason baseball. Okay, Royals 6:30 tonight. Can they make it Game 5 Saturday in New York?
Is it Waka again?
Yes.
Okay, so how many of the 9 walks came in last night? I don't think any of them. One. And I saw it. We don't blame the umpires, but he was calling some low strikes a little inconsistently. So I saw a report on X today that it favored the Yankees. It gave them .72 runs. So if you're consistent, it should wash, but evidently it somehow skewed towards the Yankees. And in a 1-run game, that might have been big.
It's not the number of walks, it's also the number of pitches. I mean, because, does Lugo able to go further if he doesn't get, walked 4 in his 5 innings?
How old's Lugo? 31?
32 or 33, I believe. You're close.
Why are we saving him? Let him throw 150 pitches.
And tonight, if they don't get it right tonight,
Michael Walker, how old is he? 34?
All I can say is Gil Mesh. You remember Gil Mesh? They threw him 130, and he never was the same after that 130.
I don't care.
Okay.
Is that the guy that was thrown from the helicopter?
That was Les Nessman.
Okay.
Oh.
The Detroit Tigers are taking care of business. They won yesterday. Another 3-0 game. Cleveland hasn't scored since the 6th inning of Game 1. 3-0 again yesterday. Cleveland can close out their series. Detroit can close out their series with Cleveland today. We won't have that game. It's a little bit later start, so it would carry over into the Royals game. But the Tigers, 1 win away from the ALCS.
Yeah, you talk about it's a nice story. We consider them AL Central rivals, but it's kind of like the WAC when if Great Bend ever gets beat out and Hayes is still going, I go for Hayes, and I would certainly rather see kind of a loser band of Tigers come up and start knocking off some of the.
One could argue that Detroit's playing the best baseball of anyone left in the playoffs.
That's just what I was going to say. They scare me more than anybody.
Hopefully they'll get a chance. Okay, the call yesterday on the Phillies network or the Mets network, I guess they don't get WFAN. They got to be on the alternate channel. Francisco Lindor, a grand slam home run, takes out the Phillies. The Phillies won their division by 6 games, are going home. 4-1. And the Dodgers used it as a bullpen night last night. And their bullpen shut out San Diego by the score of 8-0. So we will have one game for you tomorrow it'll be Game 5 of the NLDS, and that will come your way tomorrow at 6:30. So
it's just hard to imagine. We've kind of been invested in this Royals team. Gosh, it could end tonight. Hopefully not.
And would you be disappointed if it ended tonight? I mean,
No,
you
this
would
is
be,
gift.
but I mean,
It's gift baseball. I was talking to Hesh. I enjoy freeing up my time because it feels like a commitment. It's stressful. So, but yeah, you want to see him advance.
what are you doing tonight?
Well, we got the Ignite competition, but I think some people will be there for that. So, where no other media figures will be, Great Bend Lady Panther volleyball against number 4 Hillsboro. So I will fill in and provide some coverage for that.
Attaboy. Okay, Liberal football coach Brian Luters. He'll be welcoming in the Great Bend Panthers tomorrow night, talking about his best offensive weapon. Xavier Porras leads the WAC in rushing. His coach said he has deceptive speed.
What's the weird thing? I got to actually cover his state championship when he was at Meade, so I talked to him. And another real quick, deceptive speed. There's a video I just
Was there
shared.
something else to that, or
No, it's just funny because you go from 8-man football to Liberals
5A,
been
yeah.
jumping in and out of 5 and 6A. There's a video going around on like Sports in Kansas. It's South Barber. Kid comes from off frame and tackles the running back, punches the ball out at the goal line. So I looked him up. He got 5th in the hurdles in Class 1A, and he didn't even medal or make the finals in the other hurdles. So you talk about deceptive speed once you get the pads on. It's an unbelievable video.
from South Barber?
Austin Swanger.
Okay.
It's going around. People
Okay. All
people
right.
might not know that he was a track state qualifier, but he wasn't exceptional. It's interesting.
Fun time yesterday with folks from Otis Bison. Mark Coles bringing over Jake Hoopengarner, also Logan Meyer, who's listed as a guard. He's their leading receiver, just a little bit ahead of their center, young man Juno. It's a fun game. Otis Bison's excelling at it. They've had to play Cunningham last week, but they've got a big district game coming up tomorrow night, so they can get that and then have a chance to finish out their season strong. But, yeah.
What did we say?
Well-spoken, talking about his 70-yard touchdown pass he caught against Pawnee Heights. You just go ahead and kind of go to an open spot. They hit you, and you go for a touchdown.
Who do we say was the two-time defending champion? You said Cunningham was, and somebody corrected us?
Yeah.
And you said who it was? You said Weskin. It's Bird City.
That'd be Cheyenne, wouldn't it?
Yes. So I was like, there's no way Weskin won. They weren't even Acacia School last year.
Jim Mazunas? Uh-oh.
He probably said Cheyenne.
That's what I
said,
wondered.
yeah, but that's all right.
I heard Weskin.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, that came from my mouth, which was actually incorrect before. So, anyway, other games tomorrow. Dodge City is at Hayes. A week from tomorrow night, it will be Hayes and Great Bend, and one of the biggest games in the state. As long as Great Bend and Hayes take care of business, which they should. Wichita Southeast at Garden City tomorrow. Hoisington 1-4. Lakin 4-1.
Watch out.
Hoisington favored in this matchup.
Yeah.
Yes. So what's the
Especially as
line?
they-
What are you putting the line on? 17, 18?
12.5.
Okay, there you go.
And we don't even know who Hoisington has. You keep hearing some kids are coming back. Yeah, that 1-4 record I think is going to hopefully surprise some teams here late in the season.
I think it may be an interesting ride for Hoisted once they get to the postseason, get as many people back as they can. Pratt 4-1 at Phillipsburg. Interesting late season matchup there as Pratt goes across 3 rivers, major rivers in Kansas, river basins, to go up to Phillipsburg.
Did you know that, or did you look at a map?
Actually, it would be 4 river basins because you're going across the Arkansas, you're going across the Saline, the Smoky, and the Solomon. That's a pretty good trip. You're going across 4 major rivers in the state.
That's why they're the Greenbacks.
And maybe 5 if you're going to count Rattlesnake Creek.
I hear there's not much water in Rattlesnake.
Well, there's not much in anything right now. Ellsworth 5-0 at 1-4 Halstead. Nickerson 0-5 at 1-4 Lions. Ellenwood at Hutch Trinity. Hutch Trinity's 2-3. Ellenwood 4-1. Russell is at Norton. TMP at Oakley. Canton Galva 2-3. Interesting matchup with Central Plains tomorrow night. The Oilers are 4-1. Hodgman County puts their 5-0 record on the line at Maxville tomorrow night against the 3-2 Mustangs. La Crosse 1-4. Oh, they get to go to Leota to take on 5-0 Wichita County. Mineola 5-0 at St. John 2-3. Tigers have a shot. I was high on Mineola last year. Connor Nickel talked me down.
Lady Tiger volleyball team jumped up in the rankings, so always see big things out of St. John in the fall.
Victoria 5-0 at 1-4 Stafford. Kinsley 4-1 at 1-4 Meade. Otis Bison 3-2 at 3-2 Tesket. and Pawnee Heights 3-2 at 1-4 Moscow, and Chase 0-4 at 5-0 Cunningham. Shelley Duvall on Sports Day yesterday says the Panthers can go one of two ways. Got a target on her back, let's go take care of business. I don't know what the other way was, but or to let that target on your back get to you. And Kaya Bear gunning for 32 wins this year, if not more, to break the school record they had last year when they won 31. Great Bend hosting a triangular tonight, Emporia, and the fourth-ranked team in 2A, two-time defending state champions, Hillsboro.
Should be a fun one. That's senior night. The Emporia match begins at 5 o'clock. Then Emporia and Hillsboro will play, and then Lady Panthers prime time against Hillsboro at 7 o'clock.
All right, also volleyball-related, fifth-ranked Lady Cougars making quick work of Pratt last night, sweeping Pratt in 3 sets, 25-20, 10, and 15. Barton's won 10 in a row. They're 10-0 in league, 23-1 on the season, ranked 5th in the country. They're off this weekend, and then back at home next Wednesday. They will host number 8 Colby.
They're kind of like the men's basketball team where they get that one loss, and at the time it's insignificant. We'll probably lose some more matches, but as the season goes on, you're like, man, we're almost undefeated.
Remarkably consistent this year. Okay, anything else?
That is it. I feel like that's an expectation. And we've never talked about the firing of the Jets coach, Robert Saleh.
Did you see his career record?
But they said the defensive side was not the problem, and the bigger question is, how much did Aaron Rodgers have to do with it? Because supposedly Saleh went in and fired the offensive coordinator, at which point he got fired because that was going to make Aaron Rodgers angry.
Well, Paul Hackett, I mean, that's Aaron Rodgers' guy.
But the offense has been the problem, so it seems
but
like Saleh's
I
the
know,
fall
but
guy.
everybody's getting up in arms about Robert Saleh, the coach of the Jets, and
He
his
looks
all-time- his
nice.
record was like 17-34. I mean,
Well, it's the Jets.
Okay. Has she got anything?
I'm not sure what this the Arkansas River is you're talking about.
Oh, don't even go there.
I know the Ark River. I know the Arkansas River, but I don't know about the Arkansas River.
So the state of Kansas is called Kansas.
I just had to bring it up, get you fired up.
Yeah, Kansas. Yes, exactly. Okay, Sports Day. We're going to talk Great Bend Panther football next.
See any doors? This is Eddie.
I need some work done.
Are you in a haunted house?
No, it's my garage door. I think I might need a new one.
We can take a look. We can do repairs and replacement. We'll see what's right for you.
What a relief. I thought I was going to get stuck in here.
Call the guys in orange at C&D Doors to fix your haunted house.
C&D Doors, Great Bend. Follow the orange signs just south of 10th and Harrison.
Discover textbook freedom with Barton Community College's new low-cost degree pathway. With Pathway certified online courses, you get the Barton guaranteed option that your textbooks and course materials will cost $50 or less per class. Whether you want to earn your associate degree or transfer credits to a four-year university, Barton offers flexible online courses and personalized support. Achieving your goals is now easier and more affordable. Learn more at textbookfreedom.bartoncc.edu.
Central and Western Kansas residents, are you looking for a new vehicle? Marmy Auto Group can make it happen. Marmy Auto Group includes Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep and Ram, Chevrolet, and GMC. Marmy Auto Group, your Central and Western Kansas dealer, has new and pre-owned vehicles, or we can special order your vehicle today. If your existing vehicle needs serviced, Marmy's award-winning service department can help. Come to Marmy Auto Group on 10th or marmys.net. Marmys, make it happen.
If you're needing a healthcare plan for your business, let the experienced and dedicated staff at Freedom Claims Management Incorporated customize a health insurance plan that fits your business's need. Regardless if you're a large corporation or a small business on Main Street, Freedom Claims Management Incorporated can help you provide your employees with great health coverage at an affordable cost. Visit freedomclaimsinc.com where you can schedule a free, no obligation health assessment today. Freedom Claims Management Incorporated in Great Bend.
It's Panther football time on Sports Day. And now, here's Great Bend football coach Aaron Beck.
Aaron Beck joining us here in studio. Our show brought to you in part by Equity Bank, adding value for our customers and communities. Equity Bank in Grape and Hoyston and Larned. See their locations tab at equitybank.com. And the Animal Medical Center, large or small, they take care of them all. Coach Aaron Beck in studio today, joined by, I'm glad you brought the lineman. It's always good. You know, Carter Brown is in, Blaine Inslee, great to have you guys in here today. And so I was thinking about this. So, you know, we see Premer, you know, Jake going, you know, getting a touchdown and stuff. Blaine, what is a touchdown for you? I mean, what's the coolest thing, besides, of course, seeing one of those guys run for a touchdown, maybe the hole you opened up? What's the coolest, what's a touchdown for Blaine?
Running to celebrate with the team, and then just making sure that my block was good. If not, maybe look at it after and see what I need to improve on. But mainly just running and celebrating with the team. It just gets you going. Obviously shifts the momentum if that's a big part. So, yeah.
That's a heck of an answer, Carter. So you really can't come up and say, well, yeah, just what Blaine said.
No, I agree.
Okay. Coach, you did have to, you know, offensive line's been a strength this year, but with Brody, and first of all, how's Brody doing right now? Is he?
He's doing better. Today was his first day back at school.
Good.
He came out to practice yesterday, and I think it was good for him to be around the guys. I know I talked to his dad yesterday, Matt, and said I need to get him out of the house. He's going a little stir crazy. He's tired of seeing me, so I think it was good to have him around. And it's just going to be quite the process, but I know he's going to do everything he can to heal that thing up and be back. And I know that these guys are doing a good job helping support him and helping step up because these two right here have had to play a lot more defense in his absence.
What changes did it mean to the offensive line, Aaron?
Well, the biggest thing was that extra swing guy, that sixth man. We had to get a younger kid in Josue Bustamante kind of prepared and into the game plan a little bit more because Brody was just a kid we could plug and put anywhere and kind of move these guys around. And Inslee is extremely versatile. We can have him snap. He can play guard. He can play tackle. That's nice to have. Carter's a little bit more of kind of a center-only guy. That's a big job. I mean, not only to have to block guys, but to have to snap that thing each and every play, and to making sure you're understanding the play call and where your help is and where you need to help and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of one of those jobs. I mean, like you said, that you're glad brought the O-line in here because it's just one of those positions in football that I tell these guys all the time. It's the most important one in football, and sometimes it goes unnoticed, especially when you have some stars on your team like the Ian and Jake and Coopers, like you said, and it's nice to give these guys a little love.
Carter, back in my day, okay, that was a long time ago. Yeah. So the set. Yeah, I can tell. So, tell me about some of your block. I mean, it's not just taking the guy right over the top of you. I mean, you may have to go over the next gap or so. I mean, talk about your blocking combinations and things that you do from a center position that might surprise people.
Well, I don't really do much. I mean, I snap the ball and then, like, a couple plays, I'll overtake Aiden's guy and he'll go get a linebacker, and that's the most I move.
Okay. Look, I watch you. You do move more than more than just that.
Well, and then we have a couple screenplays.
Okay, all right. So you break the huddle. What are you looking at when you go to the line of scrimmage? What your responsibilities are before that play? Before you snap the ball.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at what front they're in, and then what the linebackers are in, and if they're whatever they're in, I'll say it and call it out and let my other linemen know. And yeah. Pretty much my job.
Okay, so you're coming up. Okay, call a play for him, Aaron, and then in the huddle, you're gonna call it, and then Carter's gonna come to the line of scrimmage and make the call. Okay.
All right.
Well, okay, here we go. Okay, we're in the huddle.
Geez. All right, you're putting me on the spot. All right, Brown nasty, empty left, F orbit, show even, key 3.
Okay, here he comes. He's coming to the line of scrimmage. He's analyzing all this information. Okay, you're looking out. Okay.
3 front, me and Trenton will double team my guy, head up on me, and then I will go upfield and block a backer. And then
what's the call?
It's just show even key for me.
Yeah. Okay, but You're going to say it louder than that. Let her rip, okay? Come on, here we go.
Well, he doesn't have to make a ton.
Okay, all right, okay.
His is more like we don't try to say a whole lot at the line because they pick up on things. You got to be kind of careful.
All right.
But he's being a little humble on some of the stuff he has to do.
I think so.
He's got a pretty important job, and a lot of it comes with the week of preparation practice of knowing that for Liberal, for instance, we're going to get a 3-4 where he's going to have a nose over him all game, and not just a nose, the biggest nose guard, 385-pound, 6'2" kid that is a load in there. So he will have his hands full tomorrow night, and he hasn't seen a lot of odd fronts. We've probably seen a lot more even fronts with the 4-2 looks where he hasn't had a guy over him. So that will be a little bit of the change, but we're going to make sure his guards are helping him all night long. And like we said, snapping is key number one, priority number one, making sure we can get that ball to Dax, because so much of the stuff we do offensively is timing with a lot of our mesh and a lot of our play action stuff and boot stuff and sprint out. So making sure good snap and then taking the proper steps.
Okay, Carter, has this ever happened to you? Because it happened to me, and I called the play in the huddle, and then I said what snap count it was on, and then I'd get the line of scrimmage. I would forgot what the snap count was. Nothing happens until you snap the ball. You ever go up there and you get all these things goes to your mind. So, okay, what?
Yeah, that's happened to me a couple times in middle school, and I think my freshman year I did it in a game or something, and I got yelled at. But
okay. Yeah, exactly. So you go up there and just go silent if you're the quarterback. Okay, Blaine, you had a good the run by Ian on Friday night. He had to make two moves. One was because you had moved your man out of the hole, so he moved there, and then you continued to push that guy, and then he had to cut back behind you. Remember that play? That was a pretty good block. You moved that guy about 7 yards.
Oh, yeah, everyone on the sideline, as soon as I got over there, was, heck yeah, Blaine, heck yeah, good job, good block. We need to see more of that. So it felt pretty good to get that recognition and then to see what I did after on the iPad, see how good it actually was, and then celebrate with Ian after the touchdown.
Okay, and what was that play?
It was a run to the left side, for sure.
And then block your man into the Great Bend sideline, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
See if I can get him all the way over there.
Okay, very good. Talk about your offensive line this year. It has been a strength. You guys, looks like a wall going across there, but the cohesion, do you feel that? I mean, knowing what the guy to the left of you, what two guys down is going to be doing from you?
Yeah, we definitely talk a lot, make sure we're all on the same page. I mean, if we're all on the same page, the play is going to work out a lot better than if we're not. I mean, asking each other to make sure we know what we're doing, like make sure the guy to my right is on the same page, and if not, redirecting them. It's a big thing.
Okay, what have you seen from Liberal?
They got a pretty good D-line, 3-4. This is our pretty much first time seeing it this year, so it's a bit of a difference. And then they got some guys that like to put in work, so we're gonna do the same.
What's it like having a guy lining right up over the top of you, Carter?
Well, it's a little different, I'd say, and with him being as big as he is, I don't think I've ever seen a kid that big yet. But it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be fun, though.
Okay, he is big, but it's not a guy that's going to be. I mean, is he quick enough to get by you, or is it just he's just?
Nah, he's just a load. He's just a big guy to take care of and a lot to take care of. But yeah, it should be a fun night, though.
Okay, tell me about Liberal, Coach.
Yeah, like these guys said, the 3-4 defensively, they have some hard hitting kids on the defensive side. Their linebackers play aggressive downhill. Both their outside linebackers are big kids. I think one's 200, the other one's 235 on the edge. So to have those type of outside linebackers sometimes presents a little bit of a challenge. And then if you flip to the offensive side of the ball, they want to run the football. Their tailback leads the WAC in touchdowns and yards per carry and yards per game. So it kind of all goes through him, and have a couple different H-backs they use that are kind of bruisers. Their offensive line is big. They are big. one of the bigger ones I've seen. But I know these guys are excited for the challenge and ready for it. And quarterback's young, but he spins it well. You know, he's only a freshman, but he's got a few games under his belt where he doesn't always look like a freshman back there. Mm-hmm. So good skill on the edge. It's going to be a great game that we're going to have to make sure we are fully prepared for, and it has our whole focus of attention right now. I can tell you.
Anything unique about the trip to Liberal except it's 3 hours?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the crazy thing is we just did it last year. With reschedule, it just feels like we just did this. So not really. These guys have been on the road. They kind of know it. It's a little different once you get down there, but once you kind of walk that field and get through pregame, it's kind of all old hat for these guys. It's not the first time they've all been at Liberal, and we'll just go down there and hopefully take care of business.
How long does it take to get to the field from your locker room?
Well, they've moved it. We used to be clear out in that old weight room in the shop building.
Okay, all right. So
they've moved us to the actual high school that is right off the gym, so it's not nearly as bad anymore.
Okay. Feelings going into this one, man. Can you believe we're in week 6 tomorrow, Blaine?
No, this football season has flown by. I remember last year I didn't start every game. I certainly got in there, but just starting every game, I don't know what it does, but it makes it fly by.
Anything specific about, because if you're in the WAC, you don't like any of the teams in the league, right? But where's Liberal rank?
They're definitely a force to be reckoned with. I mean, of course, we have our rivals, Hayes, but right now, Liberal's the only one on my mind.
Okay, 24 hours from now, a little bit over than that, Carter, you're going to be down in beautiful Liberal. What are you feeling right now about this matchup?
I can't wait to go down there and hopefully pull out a game, tough game, fun game. It would be fun to go down there.
Coach, appreciate you bringing the offensive guys in here today.
Yeah,
to make
exactly.
the ones that make the machine work.
That's right.
Your feelings before this game?
Yeah, you asked Blaine about that. When you get into this thing, how quick it goes.
Yeah,
that was so similar. I feel like I've watched so much film on Liberal this week that it took me a second to recap Dodge City last week. Wait, what happened last week? So that's kind of the way it goes. You get into this thing and you just put your head down and you just go in each and every day and work and feel like these guys have done that. This time of year, everybody's a little banged up, a little beat up, got some sickness going around. So we just got to take care of these kids and make sure our focus is there today in practice and sure up some things. And I know once we get to Liberal and these guys get those game pants and game jerseys on, they will be ready to roll, because this is one that we felt like kind of slipped away from us last year when we went down there. So we're ready for a little revenge here against Liberal.
Kind of a comfort, though, when you get in this, definitely in the routine now.
Yes, yes, yeah. That's kind of nice. Even heading into a Thursday practice, you kind of know exactly what to expect, and these guys will run through this thing, and we usually get in and out a little quicker as the weeks go.
As Hesh says, wash, rinse, repeat.
That's right.
Here we go.
That's right.
Guys, good luck. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you
very
Great
much.
Bend Panther football talk today on Sports Day. We'll move over to Great Bend Panther tennis. Mike Corson in with 4 Lady Panthers next.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powelson, president of your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you, and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time, and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
When it comes to car maintenance, it's good to know a local guy that can get things done. The Eller family has been in the auto repair business in Great Bend forever. Greg Eller continues that long tradition of helping people. Eller Automotive Repair specializes in wheel alignments, oil changes, and general maintenance for all makes and models of cars and small trucks. Open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday, 8 to 4 Fridays. Eller Automotive Repair at 915 Morton, right behind Great Bend Appliance, Furniture, and Sleep Source, 10th and Morton.
Working the land is by nature a dirty job. What fuels me to get it done? The generations of farmers who've worked the soil before me. What fuels my equipment? Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, a premium diesel fuel with an additive package that's 40% more effective at breaking down engine deposits. The cleanest fuel yet for the dirtiest of jobs. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, fueled by innovation, powered to perform.
Contact American Plains Co-op Fuel Department in Great Bend, your certified Cenex distributor.
Hey y'all, it's Dr. Ty here at Animal Medical, and in the next couple months, we are going to pivot and talk about behavior and training. From our standpoint, we see it affect so many folks out there in the relationship with their animal and even the relationship with us as their caretaker is all affected by how those animals get started from a training process. Focus on some basics. If you have any questions, call. Large or small, we take care of them all.
Now, in its second decade, it's Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Welcome back. Sports Day here on 1590 KVGB, 95.5 FM. The time to talk Barton soccer with head coach Raphael Simmons in studio. So since we talked to you last, just give us the update. Let's start with the men first.
Okay. So we went to Coffeyville on the weekend. Won 2-0. Tough. I think it's a tough place to go. Just 4-hour drive, and they play in the little. We talked about this a little bit last week. It's a little football stadium, and atmosphere is tough to go. But we went there, got a good win, and then we had a short turnaround to go travel to Iowa-Weston on Monday, which was our fourth game in 6 days, I think it was, and second day on the road, and it was a not a bad game for us. We ended up losing 2-1, and Iowa-Weston's number 6 in the country, I believe. Wow. So it was a good game. We're up 1-0. It just seems to be a little bit of bad luck seems to be following us, and we're up 1-0. About 11 minutes left, they tie it up, and then with I think 3 minutes left, our guy slips in the box, lands on top of the ball, puts his hand on the ball, gets a penalty kick, and then they beat us 2-1 with a couple minutes left. So, but I can't complain too much about the guys. They gave a good effort, especially with the 4-game streak, and now we have to focus on conference a little bit.
And you don't get, you get a little bit of break, but then you've played some of the top teams in the country close. What's the next step of getting over the hump and getting that win?
It's a good question. I don't know. That's the thing. I think it kind of hurt us a little bit, the tough schedule, because we have some losses, and I think our team is probably better than the record shows a little bit. Mm-hmm. But it gave us a good battle test, and I was talking to Todd and Brendan yesterday at the office, and I think we have 7 or 8 freshmen starting. And for us to go to a number 6 and the number 1 team in the country and lose by 1 goal in the last couple minutes with that many freshmen on the field is a good test for them come postseason and even next year too, when they get a little bit more experience. So
then you get KCK on Saturday, a team that, again, 2-1, that was at their place.
Yep.
What's different maybe from what you've seen from them and where you're at right now?
Yeah, the game up there was a little bit unfortunate. We missed a penalty kick to probably go 2-0, and a 2-0 we can probably put into cruise control and finish up the game and win that game. Obviously, a 1-0, they get a tying goal, and then they get a penalty kick at the end and beat us 2-1. I think we're a very difficult team to play at home. We have a good record at home. The great wind in here in Great Bend forces us to play a certain way, and some teams are not used to it as well. So I think emotionally we're up and down a little bit just because of results, but we have a couple of days here to kind of switch it on and focus, and it's a game that we thought we should have done better, and we can try and get it back. The guys will be motivated for it. We should have enough talent and hopefully be prepared for it as well.
What time's had the
men is at 1 p.m.
Wins at 1 p.m. Okay. Yeah. The women get a 2-0 win at Coffeyville. They've had the week off.
Yeah.
How do you handle a complete week off in soccer?
It's been tough for the girls because we were on the road Monday and Tuesday with the men, so they had it off, which is good for them. They probably needed. They had a tough week as well. They played Butler and then was on the road with Coffeyville. So they got to relax a little bit on Monday and Tuesday, and then we practiced yesterday, go again today, this afternoon, and obviously tomorrow to prepare. And KCK is going to be a tough game for the girls. They're undefeated. I believe they're number 7 in the country, and they're on a good roll. But like I said, I think at home we're very good. We competed and did well against everybody we played here in Great Bend. So hopefully we can do the same and put up a tough game. And the girls are right there to be able to finish in the top 4 of the standings, and top 4 gets to host first round of playoff, and it's a big difference for us playing at home or going away in playoffs. So,
Ralph, you got a big stretch for the women right now, and this is one that you can build some momentum. I mean, you look at it, I mean, you got KCK, then you're at Hutch next Wednesday, and then you get Cali back at. This is a big week coming up.
Yeah, all top 15 teams. Yeah. So, but like it's Hutch. We tied 1-1 here at home. We get to go away, which is going to be a little bit different. Like I said, KCK is going to be a tough team, but Cali only beat us 1-0 on the road, and it was a very close game. We had some chances, so we get to see them here at home, which would be, I think, a little bit of an advantage for us. So we'll see. I looking forward to it. It will be a good test for them and get us hopefully right there, ready for playoffs in about 3 weeks. So,
yeah, it's getting close here. So let's go. Let's look at the men first and then the women. Mm-hmm. Things that you feel good about both those squads. We'll start with the men first right now at this point in the season.
We're nearly back to full health. In this stretch of 4 games this past week, week and a half, we had probably 3 starters out for at least one of the games, and we had to rotate, find players here and there to step up, and they've done well. We should be back. We have one of our guys that is going to be out for the whole year. But we knew that already since the start of the season. We were hoping he was going to come back, but he's not going to be able to. So we're basically as close as we can get to being 100%. So that's going to be nice, finally having everybody back and healthy to be able to play. On the women's side, I think the rest was good for them. It's just we've been playing Wednesday, Saturday, and we're a little bit different in terms of depth. On the women's side, we don't have as many players, and some girls were getting a lot of minutes under the belt. So I think it would be nice for them to get a little bit of a break and recharge for Saturday. So
okay, Ralph, thanks for coming in today. Raphael Simmons, Barton Soccer Talk here on Sports Day. And anything you want to add on tennis?
I get all my information for Lyle, so you guys got to get him on here.
Very good. Okay, we are going to talk tennis. Mike Corson is members of the Great Bend Panther Lady Panther tennis team. Coming up next on Sports.
From the Mayo Money Management Studios, 1590 KVGB Great Bend and 95.5 FM K238CK Hoisington.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec.
Sports, leisure, fitness and wellness, even senior and adaptive needs. It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Pick up a program guide or stop by the rec office at 1214 Stone in Great Bend. Or check out the website, greatbendrec.com. Live, play, explore at the rec.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Live, play, explore at the rec.
Hey everyone, this is Cole Ryan, voice of the Barton Cougars. Attending sporting events for Barton Community College is great, but did you know you can support the athletic teams even further by getting involved with the Cougar Booster Club? The Boosters help with fundraising for equipment and facility upgrades to give Barton athletes every opportunity to keep succeeding at the regional and national levels. Join the Cougar Booster Club as an individual or business. Call 620-792-9377. Become a booster today. Go Cougars.
C&E Doors, this is Eddie.
I need some work done.
Are you in a haunted house?
No, it's my garage door. I think I might need a new one.
We can take a look. We can do repairs and replacement. We'll see what's right for you.
What a relief. I thought I was going to get stuck in here.
Call the guys in orange at C&E Doors to fix your haunted house.
C&E Doors, Great Bend. Follow the orange signs just south of 10th and Harrison.
Sports Day presents On the Prowl with Mike Corson, an inside look at all the sports taking place at Great Bend High School.
Welcome back to Sports Day, 1590 KVGB, 95.5 FM. Mike Corson joined today. We got a studio full of Lady Panther tennis players. We're going to start with senior Mac Lindberg and Darcy Feist, both seniors. And we got Coach Zach Bartle in here as well. And we'll get to senior Clarice Snap and Mackenzie LaViolette a little bit later. And I called you a senior already, Mac, and you're a junior, so I'm already messed up. WAC champions. Let's walk through this one because it was an interesting day. Did you guys know coming in that it was going to be kind of up for grabs?
I think we did. We had seen Hayes already in the season, and we had split with them. So we beat them the first time. They beat us the second, and then we knew Garden going in was super good. But Hayes had already beat Garden this season, so I think we knew it was kind of up to the three of us, those three teams, and we knew it was going to be a battle to try to get it.
Mac, were you guys playing in the first round, or did you get to watch the Hayes Garden City match?
No, we were playing at the first round. We looked over and we could see them playing, but we weren't watching.
So, yeah, kind of up for grabs. Not going to know who's going to win the whole thing, but Hayes beats Garden in, what is that, overtime. It's not overtime.
Tiebreaker.
Tiebreak. I knew that. So now you guys, you beat everybody, so it's 3-0. Garden City's 2-1. Final match of the day. What was the mindset going into that match, Darcy?
I think we were a little bit less stressed going into that because we knew Garden was the team that had to win, because we knew that if we won or lost, we would still end up with first. We didn't want to tie it. We were kind of sad we had to tie it, but Garden was really the team. Like they had already had a loss in the day, so they kind of had more ground to make up. So I think we played loose and we're as nervous as we would have been going into that match.
And Max, since you kind of probably seen those guys, I think you guys have seen Garden several times this year. Anything in particular you were looking forward to that we're going to beat these girls, or they've beat us before, it's going to be a problem today?
Well, we actually hadn't seen their ones this year. We saw their twos, and their twos are really good too. So we just knew we had to play our best and just hope for the best, I guess.
And Coach, I'll ask you this one. It looked like it was going to come down to Garden Great Bend in several of them, number one singles. And Garden City played Great Bend in the last match of the day. Was that intentional, or did it just work out that way?
There was a little thought put into the scheduling, which I've been told is okay when we host. I always feel kind of bad about it. I want teams to think, oh, Bartle's over here doing everything for Great Bend's favor. But every time someone hosts, they get the middle round bye. So we did that. I think we all kind of saw Hayes as the biggest match of the day because they had beaten us most recently, and we see them in our regional. So if we get the most recent head-to-head victory, that's what counts most in our regional. So we kind of talked about where do we want to see Hayes, and second was kind of our choice. And I didn't intentionally put them against Garden City first round, but that kind of worked out because they had a long match, and I think they might have had kind of a letdown after that match, and we took advantage of that.
And both of you girls seem like you're kind of, Mac, did you kind of start playing in 8th grade?
I played in 7th grade, and then I played 8th grade, but not freshman year.
And so, Darcy, you played for the first time as a sophomore. Number one doubles, what's the transition been like to get to the top spot?
I think so. I started playing JV my sophomore year, and I was a singles player, and I told Bartle I would absolutely never play doubles. But we graduated, quite a lot of people, and then Mac decided to go out her sophomore year. And we actually played singles against each other for a while until we finally were we'd work well together. So we tried it, and ever since then we've kind of, we play on different sides of the court and we talk well with each other. So we decided that would be a good partnership, and we've just been doing that ever since.
And maybe you were the chatty one, but it's especially watching a couple of the home matches, don't always hear stuff. Seemed like you guys were talking quite a bit, instructing, I got it. How big is that for your game, Mac?
It's definitely big. I mean, if you don't say, when you're going to take the ball, then the other one thinks they're going to take it, and then it just does not work.
And then how about the continuity? How big has that been to have the same partner for more than one season?
I think that's been really beneficial this year because, last year at the number 2 spot, we got to get used to playing with each other and see how we play. And I think this year, our communication is very good, and, I kind of almost know what balls Mac's going to get to. She knows what I'm going to get to. We know each other's speed, and we can work super well with each other.
And one more for you guys. We're crazily enough at the postseason now, so you guys are headed to Salina on Saturday for regional action. Mac, what are the expectations going into this thing?
I mean, we don't know who we play yet till the morning of because they have a meeting at the beginning, but it's going to be challenging. I hope we can pull it off. But
We'll let the other two hop in here, and I'll fill some time with Coach Bartle here. Yeah, so we've got 4 of the kids here, but you got some other ones who aren't here. What are your expectations as a coach going into regionals this week?
Well, I think Paige Stacy has a good chance of getting a top 6 seed, and the top 6 teams, top 6 singles and top 6 doubles go to state. And Darcy and Mac haven't quite figured out where they're going to be at, but I was kind of guessing like anywhere 7 through 10 would be pretty close. So that would be a winnable first match, and then a really tough second match, and then that third one would be the big one if they can get that far. So we got a shot.
So now we're going to talk to seniors Mackenzie LaViolette and Clarice Snap. Both have been, 3-year varsity girls?
Yep.
And so, Mackenzie, you're playing doubles this year. Any singles at all?
I haven't played any singles, no.
And Clarice, you've played singles and doubles. You got a preference to which one you end up playing?
I definitely prefer singles, so I'm happy where I'm at. But
What goes in? Why singles?
I'm not. So one thing I would say for me is I'm not very good at the net, and also I like just relying on yourself and not worrying about you know what I mean? You don't have to worry about your if you get down on yourself for one point, you can bounce back to the next one, but sometimes it's hard to break a partner out of a negative cycle or something. So
And the court's smaller, too.
exactly, yeah.
Mackenzie, you played a doubles this year, but it's a couple different partners in there. Is that fun, difficult? How does that work when you...
It is fun. I like all the people that I've worked with this year. They're both very nice and strong players, and switching between the two of them can be difficult sometimes, but altogether they're just great people. So it's fun either way.
Why did you guys pick up tennis rackets? What about the 8th grade-ish?
I actually think that my mom won something at an auction for Shannon Sharp's tennis lessons, and so me and my older sister did them when we were younger. So then when I got to middle school, I was like, okay, I'll do tennis because I liked that. So.
And my old babysitter used to take me out, and we'd play tennis every once in a while, and I just always liked it. So in middle school, in 7th grade, I went out to play, but we had COVID year, so I started in 8th grade.
And we would say you guys have kind of played on the 2 side most of the year, but so many of the tournaments now are open where you're playing against all kinds of ones, probably some JV kids on the teams that fill spots. How does that prepare you going into regionals where it's another open bracket?
I think it's nice because I feel like I've definitely played mostly ones in open bracket. I always end up having to play the ones, but I think it's nice because you just see better competition and then you're ready for the tougher competition for regionals.
Yeah, I feel like definitely when you play the harder competition and you do end up winning, you just have more confidence, and it just makes it a lot more calming and easier to continue, especially for regionals coming up.
I like this. I interviewed somebody the other day, and it was a little tricky getting the quotes in. So I wish I would have talked to you guys. But one of the comments we had was, man, it's October. So many times girls tennis at the end of the season, that league tournament, regional, state are just cold, wet, windy, something. But the Garden City player mentioned the other day you guys had heads and tailwinds, not the crosswinds. Is that a big part of tennis? Do you have a preference on which way the wind's blowing?
I prefer no wind at all, but honestly, if it's blowing, I mean, it's whatever. You can work through it, but it can be frustrating sometimes because it can be definitely fighting you.
Yeah, on certain sides, I like to serve with the wind because I'm able to serve harder, and usually my serves end up being a lot better with that. But yeah, the wind can push you back and make it a lot harder to continue your forehands, backhands.
It turns out that tennis ball is light and pretty reactive to the wind. Coach, one more for you. Headed to Salina for Class 5A regional action. Top 6 on both the singles and doubles brackets are going to state. What time does action begin at Salina Central?
That is a great question.
Sorry,
that no one has the answer for. The seating meeting starts at 8 o'clock, and the information they send out doesn't even have a start time. So it all depends how long the seating meeting takes, and they give a certain amount of time after that. So I've told the girls, best case scenario, 9 o'clock is not realistic, but 9:30 is probably more realistic and maybe closer to 10. So
That was Panther tennis coach Zach Bartle. You've heard from seniors Clarice Snap, Mackenzie LaViolette, and Darcy Feist, and junior Mac Lindbergh. Good luck to you guys this weekend in Salina. Get to state.
Thank you.
Thank you.
More sports day after this.
Discover affordable education with Barton Online. Whether you're looking to pick up a class or earn your associate degree, we've got you covered for less than half the cost of a university. We are always enrolling with 5 sessions available this fall, including 16, 8, and 4-week sessions. Get started when it fits your schedule. Tackle your gen eds or the first 2 years of college with a low-cost pathway and save time and money with Barton Online. Visit online.bartonccc.edu and enroll today.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powson, president of Your Local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Sports Day is presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department. Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Welcome back. Sports Day here on KVGB. Royals baseball tonight coming your way at 6:30. Kansas City will try to extend the series to Game 5, which would be Saturday in New York. Okay, Big 12 this weekend. We have football tomorrow night. Houston at TCU. Houston's 0-2 in the league. TCU 1-1. Then on Saturday night, it's going to be Kansas State taking on Colorado. Mike Corson will be there. Are you excited?
It almost hasn't even sunk in. There was one time my dad and I, we went to 4, so we saw 4 Big 12 teams in one afternoon, back-to-back. KU, K-State both had home games. I think that's the last time I've been to a college football game, and that's probably been 12, 13 years. So both of those were friendly confines that I was used to. I've been to Boulder once. I've seen Folsom Field once. I've seen the statue of Ralphie. But to actually be on the field in front of 50,000 potentially rabid fans, see Ralphie run out, it's going to be probably the second highlight of my sports career.
Okay.
Because at Oregon, that stadium only had like 12,000 people in it, so 50,000 people is going to be insane.
I still think you should wear something purple.
Just to make it a better story?
Yeah.
I'll mean mug them, too.
I figured, yeah, okay. And Hesh, you're going to Colorado too, right? Yeah, so.
That is correct, sir.
Okay.
I'm not going to watch any sporting events, though.
Okay.
I'm going to relax.
And I get to tour Coors Field, too. But I had to pay for that one.
You got to go real not. Just tell.
I've never been there to either. I don't even think I've driven by it somehow. I looked at Mile High or whatever they call it now, but it's not open on Saturday.
So that's a 9 o'clock start Saturday night. Is that right? Central time?
It'll be 8:15 Central. It'll be 8:15. It'll be 9:15 our time. Yeah, Central. So I have to get used to that too, or
that's a long time to wait if you're K-State having to go out there.
What's nice is it's October. It could have been nasty out in Colorado for a late game. I think it's going to be 75-ish during the day, so should be perfect conditions.
And as Mike Hesher pointed out yesterday, you've got to see the aspens turn.
The yellows.
You scoff at me.
It is.
It's pretty.
It is pretty.
I enjoyed it. And I'm going to, hopefully there'll be some still turning when I'm out there.
Don't get eaten by a bear. We need you back.
Or moose.
All right. Tomorrow, Connor Nickel will be in. Mike Corson's still working on some cool things, but we can't announce it yet. So we'll get you ready. High school football, week 6 tomorrow here on Sports Day.